When Helen Henry first took her 9-year-old son Doug to the Royal Winter Fair, she could hardly imagine that it would lead to a lifelong love affair with horses. Doug was entranced with these animals. Shortly afterwards, Mrs. Henry contacted the Eglinton Pony Club in Toronto and signed Doug up for riding lessons. Doug's early riding career began to blossom, and the achievements and victories began to pile up. As a teen, Doug represented Canada on the junior international team. His hard work and determination were paying off, but not everyone was surprised.
He always liked to pick the difficult horse and spend time and develop it. If it wasn't a challenge, Doug wasn't getting on it.
As time went on, the accolades and successes in the jumping ring began to accumulate for Doug. He had his favorite stops on the circuit that would take him from Detroit, Chicago, Halifax, and of course, Toronto for the Royal Winter Fair. One of the favorite stops for all Canadian riders was Spruce Meadows in Calgary, Alberta.
I think one of my best memories was when he won the Derby at Spruce on a horse called Big Bird. Spectacular to watch him do that. If he never did anything else in his career, that was a spectacular win.
One jump left. And he makes it our first clear performance in the Chrysler Classic. He goes to the head of the class.
Growing up, Doug had always been exposed to the insurance business. Grandfather, Norman Frank Henry, for many years operated his own insurance brokerage, which Doug's parents, Willis and Helen, eventually took over. Doug was brought into the insurance profession with plans to take over the family operation, but sadly, with the death of Doug's mom and his dad suffering a heart attack, it was decided that it would be best to sell the business. It was no surprise to anyone when Doug Henry re-entered the insurance world, acquiring an existing company, which Doug eventually renamed Henry Equestrian Insurance Brokers.
He never steers you wrong. You call him up and say, what should I do in regard to this insurance or this problem? And he always takes the time. He always walks you through everything so you understand perfectly what your needs and your horses or your farm, your livestock needs are.
Doug understood that for his business to truly reach its potential, that it was important to have a reciprocal relationship with his customers. He found a way to give back to them by sponsoring their events. From the smallest to the largest, Henry Equestrian Insurance was sure to be a presence at as many venues as possible.
A good athlete is what they do on the field of play. A great athlete is what they do off the field of play. And Doug, as a sponsor and a backer, a promoter of the sport, he always wanted it to be better and to pay back and to make his contribution. And that's what makes him an outstanding builder to be inducted into our Sports Hall of Fame.